Hi, my name's Nicole, and for the last 10 years, I've been struggling with gut issues, and I want to share with you my testimony and how things have transpired over the last few years. So, over the last 10 years, like I said, I've been having stomach pains and all kinds of health issues, and growing up, my parents would just tell me it's from eating healthy foods, and healthy foods give you gas and constipation and things like that. And so I grew up believing that, but over the years, things progressively were getting worse. I had done elimination diets. I'd seen different doctors that said to cut out different things to see if it helps. And most of the time, for a small time, that would help. Cutting out food groups, cutting out different foods that I was eating that was making me sick, tracking it, logging it. But the list kept growing. The foods that I couldn't eat kept getting bigger and bigger. And I started to feel hopeless because I couldn't go out and enjoy going out with people or going to a restaurant because it felt like I couldn't order anything off the menu. And so not only did that get worse, but my stomach pains were getting worse and worse. That takes us all the way up until the beginning of this year when for a week and a half, I didn't use the bathroom. I was feeling so sick. My stomach pains were getting so bad, and they had been for about the last 2 years. They had been getting worse and worse, but the episodes were getting closer and closer together. The beginning of this year, I hadn't went to the bathroom for a week and a half. I was so constipated. I was so sick. I was up all night, 6 to 7 hours in the night, puking, my husband having to be there with me, help me, try to walk me down to the street just to get things moving. And I was just in chronic pain. And I remember looking at my husband and I said, "You have to take me in. You have to take me to the ER." So he took me in. They ended up doing a contrast dye CAT scan and finding out that 10 inches of my small intestines were completely inflamed, like literally so inflamed. And the doctor said that the area that's inflamed is most often associated with Crohn's. Now, when he told me that, I felt completely deflated because Crohn's is very serious. There's not a cure for Crohn's. It's something that you just have to live with. And so he had told me my options, which were all things that I didn't want to do. Marijuana, or a lot of times people can get that section of their intestines removed or things like that, and none of that was stuff I wanted to do. So I ended up going home and just feeling completely helpless. I was actually still in pain. They couldn't really help me with the pain, but I waited it out, and after getting out of pain, I started researching. Now, I had heard about medical grade water about 3 months prior to this episode at the beginning of the year, and I had been thinking about it, but I was like, it's a big investment. Maybe I can find other remedies, other natural routes. I was looking into some supplement companies, but to be on these supplements, it was $200 to $300 a month for the rest of my life. And I just didn't feel like that's something I wanted to do either. And so I started thinking more about this medical grade water, talked to my husband about it, and long story short, we ended up going out on a limb of faith and ordering this machine. After I'd gotten the machine, I was on the water for that first week, and within 7 days, I was 100% symptom free. I remember when I first got the machine on day 3 or 4, I had eaten a trigger food for me, and I remember that I had the water, and so I started chugging the water, and within 10 seconds, and this is not an exaggeration, I felt my colon rumbling. I immediately went to the bathroom, and I ended up not having a huge flare-up. And so that was amazing to me just in the beginning, but after 7 days, I was symptom free, and I knew I had an endoscopy scheduled for the end of that month. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to drink this water and I'm going to add back in all my inflammatory foods, onion, garlic, broccoli, all the stuff that I couldn't eat before. And so I started eating all of that stuff. And on the water for those 30 days, I had 0 symptoms, no flare-ups, nothing. And so I ended up going in for my endoscopy at the end of the month. And I remember when the doctor was putting me down, I told him, "I don't think you're going to find anything because I've been drinking medical grade water the last 30 days and I've been symptom free." And he responded, "I saw your scans and they were really bad. I would be very shocked if I didn't find anything." Well, long story short, when they woke me up, they said that my inflammation was close to 0 and that I should just continue doing what I was doing. And so I did that, and I've been on the medical grade water for months now, and I have been 100% symptom-free on the water, and it's literally changed my life. I was so hopeless. I didn't feel like there was anything, a long-term solution that would genuinely help me with my condition and that would take away my symptoms completely. And so I'm so glad that I found medical grade water. And if you're having health issues or gut issues, I can't promise that you're gonna have the same results as me, but what I can tell you is that this has completely changed my life, and I encourage you to look into it and see if this could be the answer to your prayers as well.